Oh, I forgot to hook up. Oh, hook up my microphone. Yep. See, we're slacking. There we go. Let's change some settings around. Testing, and we got microphone. Now y'all can hear me. I am chilly. I was going to be, so I did, I know, if you notice the tab, it says live from the shop. Well, it's a little chilly out there. I mean, it ain't too cold. I know. It don't get cold in Texas, and it's probably only like 50 degrees, but it feels too damn cold for me. That wind is just, it is just terrible. Yeah, it's 54. So let's go through the comments before I do my intro. Welcome, Ken, Bocce, Adam, Ronald, Mike, Rel. And it don't get hot in Ohio, so there. Actually, I am starting to get hot now in this coat. Been a nice night to set some stuff on fire. I got a bunch of brush out there. It would have been a nice night to, once the wind died down, to set some stuff on fire. I had a bonfire. Oh, should we do the intro? Yeah, Ken, at least if it's going to get cold, it can snow. So you have something to look at, right? All right, let's do the intro. Ooh, welcome everybody to Smudge Saturday. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and share this out. This makes us one of the best Smudge and live streams on YouTube. Thank you, everybody, for watching. So I'm cleaning out my shop. I probably should send Adam a link. He's probably sitting somewhere looking at his phone, waiting patiently for a link. Yeah, it's definitely a good thing. I do have asthma, and I weld, and I use harsh chemicals at times, but somehow I'm still able to do that that intro. So anyway, been cleaning up on my shop today, the home shop, getting it organized. I'm working on getting a lift table from work. We have an extra lift table they told me I could buy. It's a Handy brand lift table, so it's a pretty nice lift table. I mean, I don't know if for those that don't know what a Handy lift table looks like, I'll show you what a Handy lift table looks like here in 1 second. It'll be a nice addition to the shop. I had a Harbor Freight motorcycle table and sold it So now, I think it's a pretty good looking. And even if it needs even if it needs the cylinder rebuild, Handy Lift sells the seal kits, and I'll just contact Adam and have him walk me through rebuilding the cylinder.
And not much to them.
Yeah.
Is that one of those foot pump up tables, or the ones you hook to the air hose?
Yeah, it's the one you hook to air hose. It's air over hydraulic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They got a massively large cylinder on them for what it is.
Aren't they rated for like 2,000 pounds or something like that?
Yeah. So if it was a little wider, I could pull four-wheelers up on it and ride mowers and zero turns. But if it's a little bigger, I could almost put a actual side-by-side on there. But I think what I really want to do for like side-by-sides and cars and stuff, I eventually want to get concrete under that carport and put a car lift, a 2-post lift inside that carport eventually.
That's surprising how much the cost of those 2-post lifts has really come down.
Yeah.
They're really not all that.
And hopefully concrete, my boss just had a bunch of concrete work done, and it wasn't that. It seemed to have gone down in price. It was like a year ago. It was really, really high, but it seemed to come down quite a bit now too. So he had a bunch of work done under a carport he had. I think it was like $2,500. That's not too bad.
No.
But I'm gonna have a thicker slab for if I'm gonna do a lift.
If you know where you're gonna put it, you can just dig out that spot deeper. A lot of people do that.
That's a good idea. You know, honestly, I thought about doing something like that too. With just digging out, making just one section of concrete just for the list, and just put asphalt, crushed asphalt everywhere else. Just give me an 8x6 slab of concrete, and then we'll just put asphalt around the rest of it. But yeah, that's the go. Okay, Ken. I gave you the link. I just didn't know if you wanted to join or not tonight, Ken. You've been leaving me and Adam here all by ourselves here lately.
I know. You've been stuck just talking to Brandon.
hey, I only do these live streams because I just imagined Adam sitting there on Saturdays looking like one of those dogs from the AS or the AC, whatever that commercial. You know, the one where it goes, in the arms of for $1 a day. Oh, no, it's just good to do this. It just feels good to do these live streams every now and then. I'm starting to get back in the habit of doing them. What up, Mid-Atlantic Tools? I just feel like doing them every other week is gives us more to talk about. Like, it gives us more time to do stuff that actually be worth talking about.
Yeah.
So I was looking at that lift table because my boss wanted me to make him an offer on it. It's an older one. And I saw that Handy has this engine teardown table And the way it's designed, it's pretty cool because he has these tiny little hose. Because when you tear down the engine, no matter how much you drain it, there'll always be a little bit of oil in there.
Yeah.
It has these tiny little hose. So when you tear down the engine, whatever is left will drain down instead of just sitting there on top of the table. I mean, it could be made easily enough. Bocce. What's up, Jeff?
You've been doing much work in your home shop lately?
I'm trying to start. My bosses, anytime they get somebody that has a 4-wheeler or something we don't work on, they'll have them talk to me and they send it to my home shop, which is pretty cool. It's really cool of them. Most people wouldn't do that. But these people I work for just goes out of the way to they treat me pretty well there. You know, those Redline looks pretty cool, but the Handy brand stuff is just it's not cheap, but it's just really, really well made, and you can still get parts for all their stuff.
Are those the ones too? Are you supposed to bolt those down, or does it have the rollers?
You can't. It's designed. You can do it both ways. You can bolt it down or not bolt it down. It has like these outriggers. The Harbor Freight one really didn't have those outriggers, but this had like outriggers, so they won't turn over on you. The Harbor Freight one got a little bit wonky.
Oh, the mower lift thing? Yeah. I didn't like it.
I'm sorry, Adam. I'm sorry. The Handy Lift one, I think, does, like Adam says, they are rated for 2,000 pounds. They're pretty cool. But you know what I'm thinking about doing to it? I'm thinking on like the front of it, go into Harbor Freight and get one of those pickup cranes, the pickup bed cranes, and mount to the very front of it to lift up mowers and stuff. If I have to lift up the front.
Yeah.
What I really wish I had at home is a forklift. I use the forklift a lot at work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't know how great he has pretty much everything. Yeah, I mean, I hardly lift anything by hand. There's a forklift. I can just, now that I'm used to it, I can go pick up some really delicate stuff with it. I did I almost dropped a mower off the lift the other day, though. It was a real junky riding mower, or not the lift, the forklift. I had pretty good luck, but it was a really junky riding mower, and I was taking it outside to put it in the dump pile because it was just not worth fixing. And as I was starting to lower it, it started going this way.
Oh.
Yeah. That was the first close act call I've had with that forklift.
I ran over like 2 weeks ago. I don't know how it got on the floor, but I ran over a can of brake cleaner with my forklift. Man, that scared the shit out of me.
Oh man, and it sucks running over anything with a solid wheel forklift because you really feel it. I ran over a piece of wood in the parking lot where they was tearing apart crates or pallets.
Did you do any tool shopping for Black Friday?
What's that? I'm sorry, my internet's messing up.
Did you do any tool shopping for Black Friday?
No. I did some Christmas gifts. I am currently in a down stage of not buying right now. I'll start buying again after the holidays. Or come springtime when I start getting overtime again.
Yeah. I just went to Harbor Freight and got a bunch of that rubber toolbox drawer liner stuff. That was all I saw I wanted.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to turn that old Craftsman box into, I'm going to put all my machinist tools into that and get rid of all these Kennedy boxes.
Yeah. The only tool I'm buying right now, it would be that lift table, and my die grinder broke. I've had it for years, and my die grinder finally broke. And my boss is selling me a brand new Matco one that he never used.
The Air?
Yeah. I had an old Air Mac one, and it just fell apart on me. I've had it for years, and it just fell apart on me in the middle of a job.
I think mine's an IR. Most of my air tools are IR, I think.
I got an IR air hammer, and I like it. Like a lot of people at my work has the Matco ones, and the Matco ones are extremely expensive. I paid maybe $150 for my IR one, and it's been a good air hammer. It does everything I want it to do. Never failed me.
I actually got quite a few of the Harbor Freight air tools, and for what I've asked them to do, they've done it. I buy their needle scalers all the time because I go through them a lot.
Well, I tried their needle scaler. What ruined me is the first time I used it, it broke. That really sucked.
That does happen.
I could have probably tried another one. Huh?
That does happen sometimes with their air tool.
Oh yeah. I do Mid-Atlantic. I like IR. I think for the money, it's not as expensive. It's still premium quality, but it ain't as expensive as the Tool Truck air tools.
My two big impacts, I got a 3/4 and a 1-inch. They're IRs that are probably 30 or 40 years old, and those things still hum right along.
Yeah. Bocce. I got to. I was gonna say. I was looking at my tire inflator, my tire chuck. I got the Harbor Freight Merlin one, and for like the first couple months, it was good. Now the gauge is stuck. But I was looking at the tool truck prices, and the tool truck prices are really expensive. And then I learned that a lot of the tool truck ones only have like a month or two warranty on their tire gauge inflators. So that's terrible. Why would you? I don't think I would want to spend all that money for one that's not got that much of a warranty.
Yeah.
What's up, Jehu?
Yeah. Stuff like that is pretty overpriced for when you think about what it is.
Yeah.
And something like that should have a pretty good warranty because of how simple it is.
Yeah. Like the Merlin one actually seems really well built. It's their, Harbor Freight and their gauges.
Oh yeah.
Anything Harbor Freight and gauges that just don't mix. I almost thought look to see if the Astro. I'll look that up.
Hey Ragin, hey Jehu. Hi Jeff.
Oh, it's pretty good price too. That's not too bad. That's like 70 versus. There, Jehu. That's $70 versus I think the ones on the tool truck's like $150, $160. Just think, that is definitely a way better deal. Because I use my air gate, I use my inflator every day.
Yeah, it's good to spend a little bit of money on one then.
Did I say hi to Ragin?
I don't think so.
I don't know if I said hi to Ragin, but hi, Ragin. I had the Predator generator, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good for what it is. It's pretty good. It's pretty decent. I've had mine for a few years now. And it's a 1-year warranty. That's pretty good because I was reading somewhere that some of the other ones didn't have that long of a warranty. Some of the tool truck ones didn't have that long of a warranty on it. So that's pretty good.
Yeah. I have not too many Harbor Freight. I have a lot of the Harbor Freight 4.5-inch grinders. I probably got 12 of them things floating around.
What's up, guys?
Heavy duty one that costs $2 more. Hey, Ken.
Huh?
Yeah. Hi, Ken.
Good. Thank you.
Give me 1 second. I want to restart my internet.
No. What you been up to, Adam?
Oh, it's working. I've been actually last couple of weeks. I've been busy. It's everyone's getting salt spreaders and snow plows ready.
Okay.
I've had a lot of preseason maintenance and roller chain replacements.
Gotcha.
Is the deer season over for you guys over
See
there?
if that's any better.
Not till the 1st of January. But I had to warranty my rifle scope, so I haven't been able to really go lately. I got it back this week, and I'm going to go tomorrow and get a bore sighted and sight it in, put some more corn out, and then I'll be able to hunt Wednesday morning. Wednesday is predicted to be the best day in December to hunt.
Oh, okay.
I don't know either, Mark. I haven't even asked. I could have probably asked the Matco guy. He seems to be pretty cool. I could probably ask him about theirs. But again, if their warranty's that low and it's only for what the price is, because the Matco one's pretty pricey.
Did you hear that? Did you hear what I said?
I've been using my $79 Matco leak down tester a lot here lately. It works pretty good.
This is the best thing to have.
I have one I made from an old compression tester.
They're handy when you're finding like leaks and stuff. And then, when we do warranty work, they want to know what percentage leak down, all this. There's a lot of hoops you have to go through when we're warrantying an engine.
Anything they can try to find to get out of covering the warranty.
Yep. Most of the time they'll make us do a full engine tear down before they'll let us warranty the engine out. We gotta send them pictures of the rod caps, the crankshafts, everything. I tell you one thing we've been warrantying a lot of is the Hydro Gear transaxles in the Cub Cadet XT series. That and the wiring harnesses.
Like how small of a mill, Jeff? We have a lot of wiring issues over here too. I don't know if it's the heat and the dry makes everything brittle. But we have a lot of that stuff. And I will say for a while, Skag had some problems on the Turf Tigers when they went to the water-cooled Kawasaki's. They had some very poor connections on them.
Yeah. To me, though, I like the Skags when it comes to wiring because I think it's more simpler than some units.
They are. They don't try to run everything through a relay like a lot of them do.
No, there's like one to two relays on a Skag. There is a relay kit because some of them has a starter issue where they don't want to crank over fast. Skag does sell a relay kit that we can add to an extra relay to the starter.
For some customers, I've ran it's still has to go through the key, but a separate push button that goes directly from the battery to the starter.
Yeah. That's the Precision Matthew, I think, PM 728.
Yeah.
Their stuff looks good. I just don't know. I mean, I helped unload one time, but never actually got to use it.
We've been doing a lot of insurance work. Like it'll come in spurts. It'll come in insurance, and then it'll come with people wanting just like paying out of pocket to have certain things fixed on their vehicles, and it's kind of slowed down. Probably because of Christmas time. But when an insurance is paying for it, they get it done. Obviously.
Does your shop work with vinyl tops like on old Impalas?
No, unfortunately not.
I got a relative that was asking me questions about it, and I was like, I have no idea about it.
Yeah.
Jeff, I know a lot of people that use the Precision Matthews, and they seem to like them.
I know a few people with the Grizzly 13 by whatever, that lathe a lot of people have. It's a pretty decent lathe. That's the only one I've seen in person. I've never seen any of their mills.
I still want to get a mill on lathe, but there's like more important things to get to for the home shop first. If I still want another lathe, then definitely mill.
Yeah, I'm in the market for a bigger lathe, and I need to get that mill pulled into my shop from the driveway and start working on it this winter.
I think what I want to do is that I've been seeing this forever, but that lean-to on the side of the shop, I want to go ahead and pour a concrete pad and wall that in to make that like a little machine shop. I could put I couldn't fit a lot in there, but I could fit a medium, not a large, not a small, but not too big of a lathe in there. What's up, William? The video I'm going to work on tomorrow is going to be electrical tools for small engine repair.
Jeff, I'd get a closing over a South Bend. They're nice. My 15 by 50 lathe is a closing clone. The clone of a closing Triumph 200, I think. Some of the old South Bends don't have hardened ways on them, so you got to be really checking for wear before you buy them.
Adam, I finally found a boat. I was doing pretty good extracting boats at work. I finally found 2 boats I couldn't get out. On a Kohler command, someone cross-threaded 2 valve cover boats. I welded and tried to get them out, and then eventually broke the casting.
Dang.
It happens sometimes.
Yeah.
What we ended up doing was slotting it and putting a bolt through a bigger boat in there with the nut on the top, and then we ran it for a while and made sure it didn't leak.
That's a good thing of being a valve cover bolt. You have some, it's not like a head bolt or anything like that. So
yeah, that would have been scary. I just wasted 5 hours on it. And that sucked.
Well, you get paid hourly, right?
Yeah.
Or is it per job?
No, it's hourly.
Yeah. So I also get paid hourly. So I'll walk over to the shelf and I'll grab 1 piece of sandpaper, come back, use it. Grab another one. He said, "Why don't you just grab a couple?" And I look at him, I go, "Because you pay me hourly."
You're just making sure you get your full use out of each sheet of sandpaper.
Exactly.
I tried to slow down some this time of year, but they wasn't too happy. I mean, I'm still if I'm putting out several mowers a day, I'm not putting out the 6 or 7 I was when earlier when it was busier, but I'm still putting at least 4 mowers out a day. But it's also been bigger jobs here lately too. It's been transaxles. It's been engine work. Right now, it's been bigger jobs coming in. That's more time consuming. I've done several camshafts. I quote my time for like camshaft work 3 hours. I give myself 3 hours of time. Mostly the cleanup part, cleaning off the old gasket and stuff like that's the longest part of the whole job.
Speaking of cleaning stuff, Ken, at your shop, you know those, then they call them roll-lock discs for the ankle grinders and stuff. Does those work
Yep.
really well?
Absolutely.
I was looking at getting them for doing prep work on machine surfaces, but I've never used them.
Do it. So I took home.
Yeah.
I took home a mini bike front end. It's an older guy. I think it's like a 1976 Honda, one of the little pit bike, like the old school monkeys. Some rich dude down in one of the harbors down here on the coast brought it to us. We're painting a plastic piece, the front forks, and the gas tank. He's paying us $1,500 to do it. The guy's got more money than he knows what to do with, right? So he brought us to that stuff. I took the forks home and I sandblasted them at my dad's house. And some of the old lacquer paint didn't come off. And I used one of the fiberglass roll-lock discs. And, I mean, it just stripped it down in seconds.
You get the roll-lock. If you get the roll-locks, the Scotch-Brite, it's almost necessary when you're doing a lot of engine work, cleaning gaskets off.
And I used it on my McGraw air grinder from Harbor Freight, and it worked good.
Have you started the repairs to your boy's car?
Nope, not yet. It's hunting season, man. That can wait. No, but come January 1st, we'll be ready to do it. I'll be back in 1 minute.
All right. I'm about to start on that Cub Cadet. I need to get it over here to the shop. I might have to go rent a tractor and front loader to go move it for an hour, just to move it from where it is to the shop. I'm going to rebuild the whole wiring harness on it. Start out with rebuilding the wiring harness and go from there.
Is it an older one?
The 1650, yeah. It was one of the ones pre-MTD. It had the Kohler 630 or the 641.
Is that when they had the really square front ends on them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The most expensive part that's even going to be more expensive than rebuilding the engine is probably going to be the tires. I need all new tires. And for some reason, tires are always expensive.
Yeah, because that uses those wider ones, doesn't it?
Yeah, it uses the 2310s on the back, 12s. And then the, I think it's 16.68s. I have worked on a ton of those with electric throttle, Jeffs, and I wouldn't buy one of those if someone, or I wouldn't even take one if someone tried to give it to me. It's a carbureted system. It's not EFI. It's carbureted, but the throttle the throttle on the carburetor has a computer, and then you have a ECU on the side of the engine too. And if you replace one, you might as well replace the carburetor too. It's the whole thing. It's a stupid system. A stupidly expensive system.
I don't know if you watched my last video, but that tool I made for the city worked. That was cool.
Really?
The
I did
long-
watch the video on that tool.
So hopefully they'll be throwing some more work my way.
That'd be cool.
Now I just got to build them the fancier, more appealing version than the one I made. It was pretty rough and ready.
Well, Jeff, we always question why MTD does anything they do, but it's MTD, so they do what they want to do. The whole system will cost you a lot of money to fix. They're one of the ones that has a wiring harness issue. You got that. You got the key switch on it. It's like this. It's just like this square. They did it on several of the XT series. It's all in one with the reverse thing on it. That part itself is like $130, and I replaced a lot of those key switches because it's a stupid design. I wouldn't recommend anybody buying that. I prefer residential the Toro. Now, let me tell you, the only problem with the Toro is electronic brake box. I warranty a lot of those electronic brake boxes, but most of the time when I see them, they're still under warranty when that box goes out, and that box is $120. Other than that, they've been pretty solid units. I mean, if you could afford it, I would go Skag, but that's just me. But that's going more commercial.
There's been a lot of them showing
Well, I
up
like
in
some
the scrapyard lately that have been actually probably repairable.
Yeah. Some of those older Skags, like some of those older Tiger Cubs, was kind of more of a pain to work on. I worked on one the other day, and to get the carburetor off, I had to take the whole. It's just an FR 691 engine, easy engine to take carburetor off of, but there was no room, so I had to take the intake off to get the carburetor off.
I don't see any Tiger Cubs. Most of my guys have old Turf Tigers, and then they have V rides.
Yeah. They're nice ones, but they have a lot. They can have electrical issues. And most of the issues with most Skags is commercial guys just don't care. I always said you'll see a $14,000 Cheetah beat up more than you'll see this. You got a guy that'll come in here and buy a $3,800 Toro. You got a guy that'll come in here and buy a almost $14,000 Cheetah, a Skag Cheetah. That Skag is gonna come back looking beat up, and that Toro is gonna look like it's brand new. because that guy, the Toro guy, is going to baby it, but the landscapers don't care.
No, they don't. I don't know how many blowers I've had to rebuild from them hitting trees or light posts and stuff.
Yep. They just don't care. It's funny because you could take a mower, you can take a Skag. They can buy a Skag and 3 months later bring it in, and it looks like it's like 3 or 4 years old and been sitting out in the weather and been beat all to hell for 3 or 4 years, but it's only a few months old.
Especially when it's not theirs and they're using somebody else's equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the ones I always see beat up more than Skags are X Marks. For some reason, every landscape who gets X Mark, they just beat the hell out of them. I don't think I've ever worked on an X Mark that was in good shape. They're always beat all the hell when I get them in.
Yeah, my customers have a lot of navigators, and I hate working on them things.
Oh man. My coworker asked my boss to never take those back in.
Actually,
Because there's a lot of stuff you have to pull that engine just to do.
yeah, if there's anything front engine related, you have to pull the whole engine out of it and take the box off it and everything. And the box bolts go through into the grass catcher, so they're always rusty. I actually have quite a few customers with some of the propane Skags.
Jeff, the Snapper Pro, there's, I mean, they don't make them anymore. But Snapper Pro zero turns are actually decent units. The problem is with Snapper now, and this was happening before they now pronounced that they're stopping with the Snapper line.
Dog.
It was getting harder and harder to get Snapper parts. They killed the brand before they killed the brand.
My personal push mower is a Snapper from 1984, and it's on its third motor rebuild. That thing just awesome mower.
Mine's one of the cheap green ones from Lowe's that you used to be able to get for like $1.99.
What kind of dog is that?
It's a pit bull.
I don't know dogs very well.
Yeah, that's my old girl. She'll be 13 this year.
We had one of those. It was. I guess they built it on the V-Ride frame, but it was one of those commercial sprayers and spreaders Skag made.
Yeah, someone else makes them too. Those things are crazy expensive.
Yeah, because the body's stainless steel.
I've seen them for $20,000, $25,000.
I'm guessing they have to do the stainless steel because of the fertilizer and stuff eating away at the.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy. But even those windstorms, like you can get a regular. I think the cheaper V-Ride is like 10,000. But if you get the windstorm, which is the blower, it's pretty much a V-Ride without the mower deck, just a big giant blower. That's as much as a Cheetah 2.
Hey, Ken, I got a paint gun question for you.
Yeah, what's up?
I got a customer that wants me to paint. It's this, that textured paint that has the little bit of sand in it for gripping?
Mm-hmm.
Do they
kind
make
of like Rhino liner?
Yeah, but probably not quite as thick as that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Do they make a spray gun that'll spray that stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
They do. Let's see here.
Because he wants He has like 10 pump houses, and he wants the floors of all of them. They're all metal floors or decking. He wants all of them sprayed.
Ah,
I
Merry
had this idea I was
Christmas,
just gonna
Roy.
mix a bunch of sand in with paint and roll it on, but that doesn't seem like a fast way to do that.
No.
You know, I've never actually saw Ventrex up close. I've never seen a Ventrex up close. I would like to. They look cool.
Mike, welcome back.
So dang it, give me a second.
Because I got a good sized air compressor on my service truck, so I'm not worried there. I've got an 80-gallon with an auxiliary 80-gallon tank hooked up to it.
I would just drain your tank real good before you use it.
Oh yeah,
Make
I have.
sure you ain't got no water in it.
They're both in a line, and I have drains on them, and I have an air dryer system.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I use air tools, air and corded tools exclusively in the field. So, and I bought it. A lot of it was I bought it off a used service truck, so I just modified it a bit. So it already had air dryers and stuff on it.
So you've got a couple of options, Adam. You can buy just a U-pole gun for $17.99, or I don't know what type of tank you're spraying it out, but the U-pole ones, they go on the top that you take the lid off and then you screw the bottle onto the bottom of it.
Okay.
So I don't know, is like your material coming in like a 5-gallon bucket or something, or is it in something similar to these?
It's 5-gallon buckets.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't know. I'd have let me talk to some people and then I'll shoot you an email and see what the best way it'll go be for that.
Because I could pour it into something else. Each pump house is probably 20 foot by 20 foot if I had to guess.
Okay.
So it's not super huge.
What's going on, Tim Windsor?
Hey, Tim.
But yeah, there's options that you'd be able to do. But those things, they blow fast, man.
They're good for high coverage and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he doesn't care if there's like runs and stuff in it. He just wants it to be grippy so it's not so slick.
Yeah.
Because he takes crap care of his pump so everything leaks and gets moss and everything on it.
So the answer is to redo the floor and not take care of the pumps.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm supposed to be on CAD tonight. Someone needed something custom. They wanted my tool, but they needed a custom thing done to it, and I just ain't got around to it. I don't even think I got CAD on this computer since I reloaded it.
Were you able to fix your old computer?
Yeah, I've been doing computer work since I was 10 years old.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about them.
Nerd.
I know. I know enough to save me some money. If I don't have to pay somebody, I don't. Pretty much, I'll just set my mind to. That's how I learned to fix stuff. I can just do a little bit of everything because it's all about necessity of being poor and not want to pay someone else to fix it.
Yep.
That's why I'm gonna do the French drain on this house when we finally do the French drain. I learned to use a mini excavator. I'm okay with the mini excavator. I'm gonna do the French drain myself. That saves a lot of money right there.
Yeah.
Just got to rent the mini X. That's like $250 for a day. I can literally dig that in a day and fill it up and put it back.
I had one of those excavators that mount, it has a trailer hitch and stuff on it with the 2 wheels. That thing was absolutely useless.
Really?
Yeah.
We actually thought about looking at one of those, but
couldn't do anything with it.
Really?
Yeah.
We thought about looking at that one because here most of the land is about is pretty much like a sand. What's up, Jude? What's everybody's Christmas projects?
Hey, Jude.
You know what, Roy? Honestly, I did that one year. I did a lot of Christmas projects out in the shop. And I should have got back to it this year. But one thing I thought about doing, just for a few people I know, is I bought a bunch of antique axes because I find it relaxing to restore those old antique axe heads. I thought about going and getting some handles and giving people axes for Christmas. Here's an axe. I mean, but if you look on Etsy, a restored double bit axe is actually quite a bit of money.
Yes. And people are like in the bushcraft community and stuff on YouTube will pay good money for a restored axe head.
Exactly.
Mike, there's a guy next to my dad who's got probably a total of about 40 to 42 acres. He's building a 6-acre pond. Every acre of dirt he sells, he's getting $200,000 for.
It's crazy. Justin started off. Justin is up to two skidsters now. He's got a Bobcat Mini X, one of the bigger Mini X's, and he just keeps getting more and more equipment just from doing these jobs. If you can do it, then if you can afford to get started, even with whatever you can get started with, you can make a lot of money in that industry.
Look, I'm about to take a shovel and just start digging in the woods.
Right? Jude, I haven't thought about it, Jude. I really haven't.
So
we probably should be thinking about it.
Yeah, because my daughter doesn't come to the 26th. So I'll be wide open Christmas night.
We really should be thinking about it.
I'll even dress up.
I don't know. I haven't asked. I haven't asked any of my other YouTube buddies in a while, but I'm sure we can do something. We've been doing it for the last 2-3 years now. We've been doing the Christmas stream. I haven't even really thought about it, but yeah. I gotta go this next Saturday. Next Saturday, I gotta go to the company Christmas party. We're going to play virtual golf. Ooh. I know nothing about golf.
You hit the little ball off the tee.
I'll probably be like what was one movie? I'll probably be like Happy Gilmore.
Just don't hit the ground in front of it, because when you're swinging and you hit that club kind of tends to bounce back a little bit, and you keep going forward and it'll like crack your jaw or your wrist. It's not fun.
And they're mixing alcohol with it, which I'm not much of a drinker. It's just not my thing. I'll drink like one, maybe. But they're mixing virtual golf with alcohol. I'm just there for the free
Sounds like a fun
food.
time.
I'm there for the free food. He really don't, Jude. Justin don't either. I just think they got busy with life, and YouTube ain't like it used to be. To be honest, YouTube just ain't as much as it used to be. There's a lot of bigger YouTubers that's kind of pushed away. They'll still make content, but they pushed away some. I think it'll be worse if they do what Ed was talking about in your stream last week. I think they'll definitely take all the fun out of YouTube
The shopping
at that
nonsense.
point. Yeah.
What was it? Yeah, right. No, she put it in my locker.
Just go and eat some good food for once, Bachi.
Eat some meat. It's good for you. Ed was talking. They're talking about doing some kind of shopping thing, and really promote your videos. You have to promote the shopping store on YouTube. I haven't seen anything yet, but Ed and his
Neither
tech
have I.
stuff.
I've been looking for it. So it's basically like the TikTok shop, Jude. There's been people doing all sorts of that stuff on TikTok, and I'll leave on there. Like some of them had this little like it was like a pill bottle that your grandmother used to use. And the guy's like, I don't know what to do with this, but you could buy it for whatever at this price. And I was like, well, you can put your last bit of dignity in it. That way, when you're done doing TikTok shop videos, you can open it back up and still have some.
Bocce says, I'll puke. Bocce, it helps for me to imagine the animal grazing in a field. My neighbor has a beefalo, which is a cross between a cow and a buffalo. I just think it'd make good burgers.
So, you think about the meat aspect of it. I'm sitting here thinking about which one was doing which one to make that.
Yeah, how they get a cow to do it with a buffalo?
That would be interesting. They do kind of strange. I bet you it's like some artificial insemination type deal. Well, then that's going to take your mind somewhere else. Just be glad you don't have that job.
Yeah.
Some vet intern is probably out there having to do that for a job.
Yep.
$20 is $20, I guess.
Well, the intern isn't getting no $20.
No. It was funny. We saw that, Jude. I'll try to be there. I fall asleep early. I got an old man schedule. I go to bed early.
Tonight, Jude?
Yep. So 9:30 your time, Adam.
Oh, okay.
I go to bed early. I wake up early. I'm on an old man schedule. So funny story. I don't know if I told you the story. They're working on the highway out there, and one of the road workers decided to jump that fence to go use the bathroom behind the tree. Well, until he saw this big old beefalo coming towards him, and I was going to work. He was running through the field trying to jump the fence, pulling up his pants, trying to get away from that beefalo. Okay, Jude. I could have just imagined the vet what was across the road working. I could just imagine if you met this vet, this guy he's a very blunt person. He's a very, very blunt. If he thinks it, he says it. He's very blunt. If you really want to get him going, ask him what he thinks about the current government. You'll have a 3-hour lecture.
when we go backstage, I'll tell you a joke I heard this weekend.
Okay.
It is not it'll get all three of us shut down and sent straight to hell.
And yet, Jude, sure, that'd be cool.
Hey, the die grinder that my boss is trying to sell me, the Matco one, is Jude's color, green.
Is it?
Yeah, it's Jude green. I think from what I think on the Matco side, it's like $290 some new, almost $300.
Jude just got a new Cornwell bag, I think. That was that color. I haven't really had a chance to watch that last video we put out, but I seen it in the thumbnail. I didn't know Cornwell made green stuff like that.
Well, Bocce, you can join us after the show in the back room. You got the link.
Jude's trying to tell a joke.
Oh God, I'm afraid to know what it is, Jude.
I don't know what kind.
You ever? Oh. We should have got that one. Have you ever used liquid metal for fixing the... You ever use liquid metal in the carb inlet, retapping it? Honestly, if it's that far, I mean, I've done crazy stuff like that. I've done stuff like that on my own personal stuff, but if it gets that far on a customer stuff, we just replace the carburetor.
Found a plug-in.
You having any problems with those hogs lately, Brandon?
No. What's up, Jamie? No.
Hey,
Jamie. The dogs, the vet even talks about it. The dogs rounds them all up. Our dog rounds them all up in the pen for him and keeps them in the pen. He's so happy for our dogs. They don't attack them. They just round them up into a pen.
Oh, Mike wants the shotgun at him.
Shotgun.
Okay, hold on. I have to run inside real quick. Did you guys see that video of those guys hunting those hogs? I think it was in Texas, where they had like the 50 BMG and they had the other stuff, and they were running over some of them too.
No, I didn't see
That
that.
video was delightfully hilarious.
I've seen the one where they'll put like 20 pounds of tannerite in the corn pile, and when they all come in to eat it, they blow it up and they just go flying up in the air and come down.
I find that genius.
Uh-huh.
You got corn shrapnel.
Mm.
Because you know how hard that deer corn is.
Yes,
that's
I do.
pretty hard.
Yeah, because we were walking through the swamp one time on the hunting club, and we were in probably about a foot of water, and I had my muck boots on, and my buddy took the corn and poured it in my muck boots. I couldn't get it out because we were in the water, so I was stomping on it the whole time.
Oh, yeah, that didn't feel good. Jamie's just been busy working in that shop.
Yeah.
How about is it aluminum? Is it aluminum? Oh, it's cast iron. Never mind. About to say if it was aluminum, what about like a low heat aluminum brazing rod? But it's cast. You could probably though put some cast in there and then rethread it. When Adam comes in, he could tell us more. That's his alley.
Mm-hmm.
My niece is super loud.
I have the charging cord on my phone now, so it doesn't want to stand up.
Hey, Adam, Jeff has a question that would probably be better for you. It's old cast iron threads. Could he like use like something like a brazing rod and put a little bit of braze down in there and then rethread it? If it was aluminum, I could see like aluminum.
Okay, I'll tell you what I do in situations like that works really well. If there's the room, you drill the hole out probably 50% oversized. You thread a normal bolt in. You cut it flush.
Oh, that's genius.
Drill and tap into that bolt you just replaced.
That's genius. See? Told you had to wait on, Adam. That's genius. Simple and easy.
Yeah, I've done that a lot with old cast iron blocks.
Jamie said to use nickel.
The problem with welding is it's really hard. So it puts hard spots throughout it. It puts hard spots in the base material. So tapping it is not fun. So that's why I don't like putting in weld and then tapping it. But I've done that trick on like D8 bulldozers and stuff, drilling and tapping for like 1.5 inch bolt and then threading in like a 3/4 inch bolt and never had any problem with it.
I'll be right back.
How do you use sand to cool it down slowly?
That's a 16-ounce beer too. Yeah, you cover them in sand.
Oh, okay.
When you weld cast, you have to do a lot of nonsense like that. I use the oven in my house because I'm single, so I can put things I welded in my stove. And I usually braze cast anyway.
So I think in January, the oldest kid is going to, they call it the Regional Skills Center. So he'll go to school, and then his first 2 periods are at this place, and he's going to be doing nothing but welding.
Cool.
So it'll be, I think it's close to like a 4-hour day for him. And then he comes back to school for his last 2 periods. So we got to get him a nice welding helmet and stuff like that for it.
Does he want to do welding?
He does. So when he graduates, he's looking at this school up in Newport News, Virginia Beach area.
Like
They
on
bring
his
him
yard?
in. I'm not sure if it's on the shipyard or not, but what they do is they bring them in, and they've got these 2-bedroom apartments that are set aside for the school, and they pay them $20 an hour to go to it. They help them with their finances and stuff like that, and they get them certified in welding, and then they help them find jobs.
That's cool.
So one of the kids that played baseball with him last year and graduated has been up there for a year already. So he's hoping to get in with that. If he can't do that, he's gonna try to get in at the community college that I've been at for their year-long program.
What kind of welding does he want to do?
Stick welding and stuff.
Like field welding?
Yeah.
The biggest thing I can recommend to someone, and I tell a lot of people this, start getting into, if they want to do welding out in the field, don't start using a auto darkening helmet. Learn to use the ones you use when you're out in the field, like a pancake or a sugar scoop or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, especially in a lot of areas, there's a big desire for welders. Not a lot of people are getting into it anymore.
Yep. So, and when we move back to Texas, I mean, there's going to be places for him to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're going to start him off on, Jamie. The one that I took started us off on 60-10.
Yeah, that's pretty standard. You really only need to learn 2 or 3 rods. I do probably 75% of my business is welding, and I only use 3 different rods. Yeah, it's crazy. The local union has lots of openings for apprentices, and no one wants to get into it.
Yeah, and a lot of kids don't. I mean, they don't want to do stuff like that. They don't want to get dirty. They don't want to do the long, hard work and stuff like that. And my oldest, he's a bit of an airhead. Like, he's the male version of a dumb blonde. And my wife and daughter are in there laughing at me saying it. I mean, it's true though. But like he washes dishes right now. He'll go in and go 7 straight hours washing dishes, no breaks, no snacks, no nothing like that. So I know he can do it, and he likes the welding itself because he's done it just about every year of high school. So I've been pushing him to do that, and this regional skills thing that he's going to do is going to really give him an idea if it's something he wants to do or not. He's not a bimbo, he's a manbo. Yes, exactly. Well,
what's up, DNR Small Engine Repair?
What's going on, man?
I love welding. That's like, I'm the welder in the shop right now. Like, they need a boat extracted, or they need a deck welded, or a something welded on a mower. I'm the one that does all the welding.
So we're about to weld the back passenger side, the entire from the door to the tail light, and probably about 6 inches over into the trunk line of a Hyundai Velociter onto it, because it was easier to just cut it off and weld it on than it was to try to pull it and straighten it.
I tell you, there's a difference when going from a buzz box to a $12,000 welder.
Yeah.
And sheet metal's a whole different world, you know. Well,
Mhm.
Yeah.
a lot.
Yep, it
I
is.
hate welding thin stuff. You can have all that welding thin stuff all you want to. I hate it.
A lot
That's
of
an
it's
art
spot
form.
welding too, though.
Yeah, it's pretty much spot weld here, spot weld here, spot weld. Trying
Mhm.
to go jumping back and forth so you don't get too much heat in one spot.
Yep. And then after that's done, we
They
seam
call that
seal it.
stitch welding, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes what helps when you're doing if you can get sheet if you can get it under there, if you had like a piece of brass or copper solid piece, you hold it on the back, it'll let it cool. It helps control the heat.
Yep.
But you don't always have that choice or room to put that, especially when you're doing body work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the weld patches I do are on super thin pipe. And the patches I make are quarter wall. So you just kind of got to go and just let ever so slightly dip into the pipe and mostly weld on the patch.
Yeah.
Most of the welding I do is on dirty, rusty, old, nasty stuff.
See, I got to re-weld part of our hunting club gate in January. It's like one of those yellow gates that's got the 2 posts, and then there's like a triangle with a long bar that goes across.
Oh, yeah.
So the top piece, it comes apart. And then somebody tried to ram the other gate and break it down, which didn't end too well for them. But now the gate's extremely hard to open. So I'm going to hook the toe straps up to that, and then Dad's going to heat it with the torch, and I'm going to use the Suburban to pull it straight again.
Especially, Jamie, if you don't have a lift and you have to do exhaust welding on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as fun. I can weld exhaust, but it won't be the prettiest welds. If I had gas for my home welder, I probably could do it okay. Because I weld thinner stuff at work all the time. But I'm using a gas setup at work.
See, I just do strictly flux here at the house.
I'll say that the flux cord wires have got a lot better than they used to be 5, 6 years. I mean, they were splatter monsters way back then.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I don't have too much of a splatter when I weld. Dancing.
I do a lot of.
I'm not dancing.
Well, my MIG in the shop is either dual shield or it's
Dual shield is awesome when welding thicker metal with wire.
It is. I still mostly do stick.
You
I
can
just
actually
like
weld
stick.
half-inch plate.
Yeah, my big a stick machine's 400 amp, so I can do 3/4 inch plate in a single pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, dual shield is awesome, especially for filler up scenarios.
Yeah.
You gotta do build up. Hey, Nancy.
Jamie
I know,
actually does. Her flux welds look pretty darn good. Almost looks like someone's welding with gas. I can weld okay with flux, but her flux actually looks like someone that's actually welding with gas.
I got two
Awesome,
buddies
Nar.
with fab shops that have those Vulcan welders from Harbor Freight. Those are nice welders.
Really?
They are very nice welders.
I will say, for the money that you pay, it's hard to beat the Harbor Freight welders. Now, I'm not talking about the Chicago Electrics or nothing like that.
They have
But
just a high-low button. Yeah.
yeah, the titaniums, they're not bad. And yes, the Vulcans, I mean, those are good machines.
Yes, they are.
Mm.
Later, Jeff. Uh-oh. Yeah. My internet signal, it comes and goes. Yeah, Jamie, I'm with you. I'm not big on their cutoff disc anymore, and I don't use their wire. I do not use the wire after I got their wire and it had packing wool on it. Pretty much ruined my liner on my welder.
No, I don't use their wire. I've always been particular about the grinding discs I use too.
So with my titanium, the Flux 125, all I do is run the Lincoln flux wire from Lowe's.
Oh yeah.
And I've welded numerous traps and stuff like that for a buddy of mine. Never had an issue with it or any of the go-karts or nothing like that.
Lincoln wire, Hobart wire, Miller wire, and believe it or not, it's cheaper, but the Blue Demon wire ain't bad either.
I've never heard of the Blue Demon.
Yeah.
Blue Demon is a little bit cheaper than buying the Lincoln. The Lincoln flux core wire's gone up in price. It's almost, I think the last time I bought it was like,
I use quite a bit of Lincoln.
I think it's like $16 now.
Okay.
For 2
especially
pounds.
the rods I use too are mostly Lincoln, like Lincoln Excaliburs.
Yeah, I remember that too, Jamie.
Yeah.
And Jude would definitely go with the titanium. It's green.
Yep. Now I got a friend when it comes to like the brace subs, he swears by Norton. He swears that there's nothing better than Norton.
What? Yeah, they're on my big pedestal grinders. I have Norton wheels on them. They're a little proud of their stuff.
Yeah.
I've only used their grinder wheels. I've never used either cutoff stuff or anything like that. Just stuff for the bench grinders and stuff like that.
What's that brand?
I'm having good luck with Benchmark. I've been buying stuff from Benchmark.
I would say, isn't that the brand that Redbeard's Garage is sponsored by?
Benchmark?
Yeah.
Probably so. They sponsor a lot of people. It's actually, the price is good. The quality of their stuff's good. I like Benchmark.
The two big stones on my 24-inch grinder are Nortons. And I'm glad there's quality, expensive stones on that machine.
Norton's really good for the belt sand grinders. Their belts for the belt grinders are really good. They last longer.
That's the only machine in my shop I only sketched out by using is that 24-inch grinder. Because the wheels are 4 inches wide and they're 24 inches in diameter. It has a 10-horse motor that powers it. I want finer stones for it, but the wheels are $1,000 a piece.
In fact, I'm probably going to place another order to Benchmark soon. I'm going to get my my Rolex Surface, the Scotch Brite from them,
is
because I can get a 25 pack for.
Yes, Benchmark does sponsor Red Beer's Garage. I thought so.
My Lawson rep has a big Rolex assortment for like $600. I think I could probably source it cheaper.
I can get a 25 pack through. I can get a 25 pack from Benchmark for $17 or $18, almost $18.
25 pack of what?
The Rolex, the Surface prep disc.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look at those because I can tell you the 3M ones are expensive.
Yeah,
they
Lawson
are
rep
extremely
stuff
expensive.
is all 3M stuff.
It
comes with like 6 different pads and a dispenser and stuff, and yeah, they want like $600 for it.
Yeah, that's all we use at work is 3M.
3M is good. It's just expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, it would probably last me a couple years. Because you get like 30 of each different wheel or puck or whatever they call it. I've just been doing all my Scotch Briting and stuff by hand, and that stuff's getting old.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. I seen someone take one of those prep discs and put it in a drill press and then put metal. They was restoring something, and they'd get a pretty pattern on the metal. They would set and they just kept going down with the drill press as it was spinning, just to make a pattern on the metal.
Oh,
and then they clear coated it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how they jewel stuff.
Jamie needs a Ford hair bow.
Especially this time of year, I'm doing a lot of motor stuff, so I Scotch Brite a lot of stuff. So
Yeah, those Rolex when it comes to motor work is so nice.
Yep.
Saves a lot of time because I'm telling you, like I said, the camshaft. I do a lot of the camshafts. It's sometimes without a die grinder and the prep disc, it could take me easily over an hour sometimes cleaning up gasket, scraping gasket, trying to get that gasket 100% off of the surfaces. That I'm less than 15 minutes removing hard gasket.
I'm single, so I need to keep my right hand as good as I can.
What did you say? I'm trying to look something up and that caught me off guard. So you can get, and see, that's what I don't get, man. I don't know what my boss actually pays for them because he goes through a distributor, but you can get 50 of the 2-inch 3M Scotch Brite Roll-Lock discs for $80 on Amazon.
Maybe your boss is doing like my boss. I tell my boss all the time you can get the stuff, the cutoff wheels and the grinder disc cheaper online. but he said he'd rather deal with the local welding shops and buy with a commercial account through them and then go online.
Do you guys go through Kent for your parts? Your automotive stuff?
No, he actually goes through a couple of different companies. I just know the guys when they show up, but I don't know what actual company they work for. And I don't want to ask him yet because I've still got a little bit of time here. I don't want him to think I'm trying to start doing stuff on my own. But I mean, I told him the one time the one guy came in, I was like, yeah, order me a Rolock setup for my die grinder. And he's like, okay, I'll get you a price for it. I don't care what the price is. I need it. As long as it's, not $500 or something like that. And my boss is like, just put it on my tab. I was like, I can pay for it, Trey. He goes, no, it's fine. You have to do the work for me. I can do that. You bought the tool. So.
I don't mind the fact that it's happening. The problem is that
Because around here, a lot of shops use Kent or Worth for their Worth stuff is expensive. How's the 3D printing stuff been lately?
Slow. It's been slow. Oh. Yeah, it's been slow. And I've hit some Can y'all hear that music?
No.
Okay, because if y'all can hear it, then I'm gonna get copyright strike from it. Been kind of stressful. I can't talk about it, but just know there's some stuff that was kind of stressful here lately with 3D printing stuff. But it'll all work out in the end. Awesome, Jamie. Every time I go into a metal building, I lose signal.
My shop is weird like that. My shop's attached to my house, but for some reason, certain areas in the shop have dead zones.
All right, guys. I'm going to have to go and take care of some stuff.
Okay.
They're starting to play music and stuff in my house, and I don't want to get a copyright strike.
Yeah, it's
So I'm going to
crazy
end
how they
this.
can pick that stuff up.
Yeah. I'm going to get off of here, and I'll talk to y'all later. I'll probably see y'all at Jude's stream. I'll come back later for Jude's stream.
Okay.
And I'll jump on the panel if they ain't playing music. So anyway, I'll see y'all guys later. Later, everyone.